How do you stop from quitting? Thundercat, that is a cool name. Yeah, that's a good question. It's tough because as artists, we're entrepreneurs too, and just like any business, not every business is going to be.
Ever wonder what happens when rock stars leave the stage? Some of the biggest names in music have swapped their guitars for unexpected careers. What drives them to walk away from it all?
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
That I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Scott Rader helped shape Blink-182's sound, but after struggles with addiction, he was replaced by Travis Barker. Years later, Scott took an unexpected turn, training to become a police officer and finding new purpose in supporting his community.
And now, a master watchmaker. In his relentless pursuit of challenges, he's about to unveil his most ambitious endeavor yet, the Raw Metal Series 1 watch.
Dan Spitz, a thrash metal legend, traded his guitar for a life in watchmaking. He trained in Switzerland and became a specialist, now crafting luxury timepieces worth millions. Sometimes, the rock and roll life takes an elegant turn.
I ain't afraid of old Farmer John's tricks. I know about the scarecrow since the day I was born, and he said, ooh.
After surviving an aneurysm, Bill Berry left REM to find peace in the countryside. His new life as a hay farmer gave him a fresh sense of purpose, and he's never looked back, though he admits to missing his old bandmates.
So, as an airline pilot, what freaky stuff have you seen while in the air? A few freaky things in the toilet.
Bruce Dickinson didn't just take a break from music. He became a commercial pilot, flying Iron Maiden's band members around on their tour plane, Ed Force One. Talk about mixing passion with precision.
All right, Chris, first of all, thank you so much for being here. You're getting ready to debut a new band called Bonafide. Tell me all about this band.
Hi, Holly. Thanks for having me. The Bonafide Band.
After Kurt Cobain's death, Nirvana's bassist Chris Novoselic shifted from music to politics, running for office and founding his political party. He's not just strumming bass lines anymore. He's trying to change the system.
Yeah. So without the issues.
Without the issues.
Yeah.
So then I want to jump to get into Steely Dan, which everybody knows that band. I mean, it's still salient today. They're still selling out and still selling.
Jeff Baxter, best known for his work with Steely Dan, pivoted to military consulting. He now advises Congress on missile defense, proving that a rock star's skills can go beyond the stage and into serious national security.
And maybe a little bit about the pumpkin that your state record seed came from, because you grew that yourself.
So last year,
After leaving Faith No More, Jim Martin embraced his love for giant pumpkins, competing in contests and growing record-breaking fruits. Sometimes a quieter life in the countryside can offer more satisfaction than the rock and roll hustle.
Yeah, whoever does the sound live should do the album. You can argue about the wisdom of that. I think it worked out okay in the end, because what you have, I think, on that album is a sort of snapshot.
Terry Chimes left The Clash and became a chiropractor. He now runs his successful practice, proving that life after rock can be equally fulfilling and incredibly grounded.
Pilot's frontman Scott Weiland had died at just the age of 48. Now, at the time, his death was ruled to be an accidental overdose.
Scott Weiland's struggles with addiction were well known, but after leaving Velvet Revolver, he attempted to find peace in a more personal life. Tragically, his battle with substance abuse ended his journey too soon.
To write out was long. To write out was dangerous. To write out was bad. Because of the crash in Laramie, Wyoming, I think that's what made me.
Dave Mustaine, fired from Metallica, turned his anger into musical genius by creating Megadeth. His transformation from bitterness to success is a story of resilience in the face of rejection.
To the phone to call 911. It was so bad I couldn't barely breathe. Wow. And my friend, my best friend, still my best friend to this day, I hear him coming up and says, I couldn't yell, I couldn't do anything. And he sees me.
Axl Rose has been synonymous with Guns N' Roses, but after the band's tumultuous years, he ventured into solo projects and other musical pursuits, continuing to shape rock despite stepping away from his original lineup.
Yeah, it's Black Sabbath are credited with creating heavy metal. When did you realize you'd invented it?
Well, when we did the Oz first.
Ozzy Osbourne's career with Black Sabbath defined heavy metal, but after his music career, he found fame in a different light, reality TV. The Osbournes brought a new dimension to the legendary Rockstars persona.
Different melodic ideas going on. Both Gallagher brothers continue to astound us with melodies that stick in our heads and are insanely catchy. Coming in at number 4 on my top 10 Liam Gallagher solo songs.
Liam Gallagher, known for his rivalry with brother Noel, left Oasis to pursue a solo career. His success as a solo artist proves that even after a band breaks up, Rockstars can still thrive.
Morning. My name is Eric Kohanek. I'd like to welcome you all to the press conference for Eric Clapton, Life in 12 Bars. The film is part of the...
Eric Clapton's journey from the Yardbirds to a legendary solo career proves that his musical talent spans genres. Even after decades in the spotlight, Clapton remains an icon of both rock and blues.
Peter says I'm leaving. Was there a sense at all of, uh-oh?
Well, if you ask different people in the band, and I mean, for example, Mike and Tony were probably more...
Peter Gabriel's departure from Genesis set him on a path toward a highly successful solo career with music that explored political and social themes. His transformation from progressive rock member to world music innovator was truly groundbreaking.
And I learned reading, writing, and arithmetic. It simply did not prepare me when I had to actually go out there and earn a living.
Gene Simmons of Kiss turned his fame into a business empire. From reality TV to launching various businesses, Simmons is a prime example of a rock star making it big outside of music.
Nashville tuning. Everything is up an octave. It has a nice shimmer. It goes well with other instruments.
Paul Simon's success with Simon & Garfunkel was just the beginning. His solo career, blending folk, world music, and pop, has made him a lifelong influence in the music industry.
It'll help you get more out of the video, and it's completely free for you guys, so check it out at the link in the description.
There was a guy across the road.
Phil Collins went from being Genesis's drummer to a superstar in his own right. His solo success helped him carve a lasting legacy, proving that being in a band is just one chapter in a rock star's book.
I'm a big ham, really. I just get on that stage and do it. I don't really take myself that seriously. Not anymore. There was a time where in the early days where our music was very pompous and very serious, and people...
Though Freddie Mercury's music was central to Queen's success, his charisma and bold style transcended the stage. Even after his death, Mercury's legacy continues to inspire, reminding us that rock stars are more than their music.
It's not as far-fetched as you might think. Grok AI recently created jaw-dropping images of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr back together, sparking excitement about...
After the Beatles disbanded, John Lennon used his fame to promote peace and activism, showing the world that a rock star can change the world in ways beyond just creating music.
Remember the times we used to have down here with competitions?
Competitions?
Oh, yes. Knobbly knees.
Knobbly knees.
Glamorous grandmothers.
Ringo Starr's post-Beatles journey took him into solo albums, acting, and charity work. Though he's often remembered as a member of the Fab Four, his solo work stands as proof that a musician's legacy can continue to evolve.
We were walking last night to go get a bite to eat, saw someone in a Nirvana t-shirt, but I mean, I could be in, you know, I could be on Guam and just see someone randomly walk by in a Nirvana t-shirt. And
Kurt Cobain's untimely death left a void in rock history, but his influence continues. Nirvana's music, alongside Cobain's candidness about mental health, remains a cornerstone of alternative rock culture.
Say, how are you doing? Because knowing that, you know, you've actually, you know, overcome some health obstacles in the most recent past, and like you said, in the midst of a...
Curtis Blow helped create the foundation for hip-hop, but after leaving the music scene, he became a motivational speaker and entrepreneur, showing how a pioneering artist can use their platform for good.
You know, I have a new reaction now when people say, what about Bob Dylan? It is such an honor to have been a part of his life and to share that music and to have...
Bob Dylan's influence transcends his music, as he used his platform for political activism. His shift from folk singer to global icon is an example of how rock stars can reshape their roles in society.
Each room and how the rooms are going to be laid out and so on. So it's not like a complete surprise. That would be really odd.
Have you enjoyed the process of looking back? Have you felt nostalgia?
Mick Jagger, the face of the Rolling Stones, managed to keep his solo career going, alongside the band's legendary legacy. He's the perfect example of how rock stars can thrive in multiple creative endeavors, even after decades of fame. So, what are your thoughts on this? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel.